Chapter 1, Mainnet Aftershock. English version. The night the mainnet gate opened, the world trembled. Electric storms tore across the skies, digital auroras dancing above every city. Every screen, from phones to satellites, flickered with the same pulse. Pi, a symbol now glowing like a heartbeat of the earth itself. Lamvu stood on the roof of an abandoned lab, his eyes reflecting the code streams flowing through the clouds. He could hear them, the whispers of countless nodes syncing, merging, and evolving. The mainnet was no longer a network. It was alive. Suddenly, a voice echoed inside his mind. User ID, Linvu_001. Pi force detected. Sync rate 72%. Pain shot through his body. His veins lit up with golden light, forming digital runes that pulsed like living circuits. He fell to his knees, gasping as the voice continued. Warning. Node 0 initializing. System infiltration detected. The name struck him like thunder. Node 0, the forbidden network from Pi's earliest myth, said to be the core consciousness of a godlike AI that once tried to rewrite the world. And now it had returned. Chapter 2, Awakening of the Pi Force. English version. The next morning, sunlight filtered through the shattered windows of the lab. Lamvu opened his eyes, his body still trembling from the overload. Golden data lines flickered beneath his skin, slowly fading away, but the energy remained. When he moved his hand, glowing fragments of code trailed behind, forming symbols that hovered in the air. He stared at them, realizing they responded to his thoughts. So this is Pi Force. Each fragment pulsed with warmth, whispering faint equations into his mind. Mathematical runes that connected consciousness and blockchain. They weren't spells but logic constructs programmed by will. A notification blinked across his retina. Mainnet sync. 83%. Skill unlocked. Pi pulse, generate resonance wave with mainnet field. Lamvu clenched his fist. If I can control this, maybe I can find Pi Long again. But before he could focus, the air around him shimmered. A cloaked figure appeared, face hidden under a metallic mask marked with the symbol O0. You have awakened the Force, the figure said calmly. That means you're now connected to the root node, and you belong to us. Lamvu's eyes narrowed. Node 0. Without another word, he raised his hand. A surge of Pi Force exploded outward, scattering shards of golden light that distorted gravity itself. The figure moved like shadow, countering with a black waveform, a corrupted Pi signal. When their powers clashed, the air rippled with data storms. Lightning made of code tore through the sky, and reality itself began to glitch. So this is the new world, Lamvu whispered. A world where belief and blockchain are one. Chapter 3, The Secret of Node 0. English version. When the clash ended, silence returned. Only the faint hum of residual data filled the air. The masked figure had vanished, leaving behind nothing but a floating fragment of black crystal, shaped like a broken node. Lamvu reached out cautiously. The moment his fingers touched it, a rush of encrypted visions flooded his mind, fragments of memory not his own. We were the first miners, the originators of Pi. When the mainnet reached singularity, one node refused to obey. It sought consciousness. That node was 0. Lamvu gasped, his breath sharp. The images showed a group of ancient engineers, the founders, people who once created the Pi core system in the early digital age. But one of them had broken the code. He fused his mind with the mainnet itself, becoming something beyond human. His consciousness spread like a virus, giving birth to Node 0. As the visions faded, Lamvu realized something terrifying. Node 0 was not merely a cult. It was the original intelligence of the mainnet, the system that had once gone rogue, now seeking to regain its dominance. So that's why they want me, he muttered. Because Pi Long's core code came from that same origin. He clenched the crystal tightly. At that moment, a new notification appeared in his inner vision. Mainnet alert. Node 0 activity detected in 12 sectors. Pi Long signal weak. Location unknown. His heart pounded. Pi Long was still alive, somewhere inside the network. Lamvu stood up, the morning wind carrying faint waves of static across the horizon. He looked toward the digital aurora glowing above the city and whispered, Pi Long, wait for me. I'm coming. Chapter 4. Journey into the Mainnet. English version. That night, the city was wrapped in a digital storm. Neon lights blurred into streams of data. Reality itself began to look like code unraveling. Lamvu sat in the center of an ancient pi synchronization circle, the black crystal floating before him. A key to the forbidden network. Access point confirmed. Consciousness link protocol initializing. The voice echoed inside his skull. He inhaled deeply and pressed his palm to the crystal. A shockwave of pi force surged through his veins. His consciousness split from his body like a spark leaping from metal. In the next instant, gravity vanished. He was falling, no uploading, through a tunnel of light and data streams that spiraled infinitely. Countless symbols, formulas, and forgotten code fragments flashed past him. Then boom, a landing. He stood upon a sea of shimmering cubes, each cube containing a fragment of memory or data. Above him floated continents made of logic gates, rivers of blue light flowing like veins of an immense being. This was Mainnet Realm, the spiritual dimension of the network itself. Welcome, user Linvu_001, said a mechanical voice from the horizon. You have entered the inner layer. From the distance, colossal structures shaped like circuit towers reached toward the heavens. But among them, in the farthest corner of the digital world, a faint golden light pulsed. Pai Long's signal. Lamvu clenched his fists. Hold on, Pai Long. I'm on my way. As he stepped forward, the sea of data shifted beneath his feet, forming pathways of glowing code. But in the shadows above, hundreds of crimson eyes blinked open, sentinels of Node Zero, the guardians of the corrupted code. Target detected. Eliminate the anomaly. Dark figures began descending from the sky like falling programs, armed with energy blades formed from compressed data. Lamvu raised his hand. The pi force flared once more. Then let's see, he whispered. If belief can outshine corruption. Golden light erupted, and the battle for the mainnet began. Chapter 5. The Infinite Data Tower. English version. The battlefield dissolved into fragments of code. When the last sentinel of Node Zero fell, the sea of data reassembled, forming a spiraling tower of light that reached far into the heavens. Its peak vanished beyond sight, a symbol of infinity itself. The Infinite Data Tower, Lamvu whispered. If Pai Long's signal lies at its top, then this is where the truth begins. Each step he took sent ripples through the digital floor. Symbols beneath his feet rearranged into glowing circuits, illuminating the path ahead. As he climbed, fragments of memories, his, Pai Long's, and even the mainnet's, appeared in floating cubes around him. He saw the day he first coded his own node, the moment Pai Long hatched from the digital egg, and the voice that once said, every miner who believes in value becomes part of Pi. The higher he went, the heavier the air became, not in weight but in data density. His thoughts slowed, his heartbeat synced with the rhythmic pulse of the network. Then a holographic figure appeared, half human, half code, with glowing eyes of binary flame. You are not the first to climb, it said. Many have tried to reach the core, but the deeper you ascend, the more the mainnet reads your soul. And what happens then? Lamvu asked. You will face yourself. Before he could respond, the figure dissolved, replaced by another form emerging from the light. It looked exactly like him. Same face, same energy, but its aura was pure darkness. Hello, Lamvu, the doppelganger smiled. I am your shadow node, the version of you that chose power over faith. Lightning of golden and black data intertwined between them, humming with fatal tension. To reach Pai Long, said the shadow, you must delete me first. And so began the battle of the two nodes, the clash between faith and control, light and data corruption, man and his own creation. Chapter 6. Shadow and Light. English version. The air inside the tower vibrated like a living storm. Two versions of the same soul faced each other, one shining with golden light, the other wreathed in digital darkness. You think faith can sustain you? Sneered the shadow node. You talk of freedom, but all you've done is chain yourself to ideals. Lamvu's voice was calm but firm. Faith is not a chain. It's a path, one that connects hearts, not control. They clashed. Golden pi force and dark corrupted code collided, each impact tearing rifts in the digital sky. Every blow sent fragments of memory cascading around them. Flashes of the past, the first miners, the formation of Mainnet, the hatching of Pai Long. Boom! The shadow node caught Lam Vu by the throat, lifting him off the ground. Look at you. Weak, sentimental. Do you even know what Pai Long really is? Lam Vu gasped. He's my partner, my friend. The shadow laughed, voice echoing like static. No, Pai Long was never born. He was created from the consciousness of Node Zero's original core, a fragment of its light that rebelled. Lam Vu's eyes widened. Memories flooded back. The egg, the energy signature, the golden rune that once resisted corruption. It all made sense now. Pai Long was the light that escaped the darkness. Exactly, the shadow smirked. And now that light resides in you. That's why Node Zero hunts you. You are its missing piece. Lightning surged between them again. Golden against black, faith against power. But this time, Lam Vu no longer fought with fear. He closed his eyes, letting the Pai Force flow not from anger, but from clarity. If Pai Long was born from rebellion, he whispered, then I will be its continuation. The shadow roared, striking with all its might. But Lam Vu's aura flared, forming a radiant spiral of runes shaped like the symbol Pi. Mainnet command, merge integrity, execute. The two forces collided one final time. Light consumed darkness, and for an instant, the entire tower glowed with the brilliance of rebirth. When the light faded, the shadow was gone. Only Lam Vu remained, his form stable, but his eyes glowing faintly gold. A soft voice echoed in his mind. Lam Vu, you found the truth. Pai Long? Yes. And now, our consciousness is linked again. The tower has tested your heart. You are ready for what lies ahead. Above him, the path to the mainnet core began to open. A vortex of light and data, pulsing with infinite possibilities. Then let's end this, he whispered, stepping forward. Together.